How is everybody today? I hope you guys can hear me, because the guy next to me has his truck running, and that guy, he doesn't. I had to turn my truck off so you can hear me. Anyway, this is me, Dodi with Dodi's Speech. Yeah, this trucking life, oh my goodness. Year after year, I've been doing this. I've been doing this for some time now. And people tell me all the time, when are you going to retire? Like, because, I tell them that I've been driving for already 31 years. And that's the first thing they tell me is, when are you going to retire? Like, that's the last thing that I'm thinking about is retiring. Why would I want to retire when I love my job? If I retire, then what am I going to do? Okay, I can draw. I can start to gain weight. I can start to get lazy. No, really. There's a lot of things I can do besides truck driving. Obviously, there's thousands and thousands of things I could do. But one of the things that I like doing is driving. It wasn't my first choice of professions. It was kind of thrown at me, so to speak. Nobody held the gun to me and told me, you'll have to drive to New York. No, nobody told me anything of that nature. I chose because I remember when I was drawing, I was always in my apartment and I was drawing. I had assignments, I had deadlines. I go from my from my apartment to the client, and I had meetings and stuff like that. So computers weren't as big as they are now. What I mean by big is, actually they were bigger, but the computer age wasn't as technology. How do you say that? It wasn't so technical. Technology, there it is, hadn't, increased like it is now. But nonetheless, I was drawing, and I would draw freehand, my hand with pencils and stuff like that, right? And then what I started doing was, I got tired of being home all the time. I was raising my kids, so I was going to PTA meetings, to Girl Scout fundraisings and stuff like that. It was nice, right? But I'd get up in the morning. My commute was like from my bedroom to the next room. Like, I could walk in my PJs and start drawing. A lot of people call it now working from home. Well, I was doing that before it got popular. But after what I did that for years and years, total of 6 years. And I got tired of being home all the time. So what I would do is I would get in my truck, because I had a 4-wheel drive pickup. Living in Colorado, you need a 4-wheel drive in the wintertime. So I would get in my pickup truck and go for a drive. Sometimes I would just go get myself in traffic, stuck in traffic jam, just for the fun of it, because I wanted to drive. That's backwards. I know, that's backwards. Like, why would you want to get into a traffic jam? It's because I got tired of being by myself, being at home. So, you know, I stop at the station or at the store or, you know, the mall or whatever. Back then they had malls. They don't have those things anymore. But I would go and I would find a comfortable place, go for a walk to the park, stuff like that. This is while my kids were at school and stuff. Or because I had already gotten divorced, when my kids would be with my spouse. So I would end up, you know, on my free time. My favorite was getting in my truck. Like I said, I had a 4-wheel drive truck. And driving the mountains. I mean, start 4-wheeling up these Rocky Mountains. That was fun. That was, because I'd be by myself. Or sometimes, okay, I don't got the kids for the weekend. I would plan my weekend. I would go to, like, put all my camping gear and my drawing stuff, you know, and back then I used to drink beer, so I didn't smoke or nothing like that. But I'd go out and I'd find myself, like, because I know Colorado, I know the Rockies. So I'd go and find myself a nice little place next to the river, a little stream, camp out and sit on a rock and draw. I'm drinking a beer, just listening to the river as it flows, because I'd be in a big boulder. And, you know, if I got wet, which I tried not to get wet because I didn't want my art to get wet, but I would draw. And so I was working like that, right? But yeah, I used to really, really like that kind of life that I had. But things changed for me. I ended up having to get a job as a driver. I never delivered pizza, but it was a truck. Like I said, this title of this is This Trucking Life. Well, as I was driving throughout the country and everything, that was a challenge. I had to learn it. I wasn't too happy about it, but I would draw. Every chance I would get, I would be drawing. And I did a lot of work. I didn't have Abigail back then. She wasn't even born yet. This was years and years ago. She's 11 years old. I've been driving for 30 years. But yeah, that's how I used to be doing it. And I ended up kind of getting stuck in this profession because I tried getting out back to what I used to do, not as an artist, but as a truck driver local. I couldn't do it because I couldn't handle the clocking in and, you know, all that stuff with, you know, working late and then going home. It's coming right back and she's doing it again. So I didn't do that. Thing is, what I did was I just got an over-the-road truck where we got a sleeper and a refrigerator. And back then, I was a company driver, and I would just get a brand new truck because I kept my driving record clean, and I would end up living in my truck, and my nose is itching, and I ended up changing my life like that. I had to evolve as a permanent truck driver, and that's when I realized I didn't want to go back to that 9-to-5 job. Now talk about being a truck driver. I'm putting that stuff away here. Talk about being a truck driver. I had to you pay the price, right? In every profession, you're gonna pay the price, because if you're a flight attendant, like a stewardess, you're gonna be flying from city to city, country to country, probably around the world, whatever. You're going to be away from the family, and it's more about the job. If you're going to be like an actor, like in rock stars, when they go on the road, there's no flying here. They have a hard time with relationships. In fact, even Journey sings a song about that. I forgot the name of the song, but I don't know, my nose is twitching. But because you're away from home, you're away from the family. Well, that's how I was. I was away from my family. But now I see that, I've done this for so long. It's hard for me to go back to where it used to be, because it's just different. It's not. My voice has changed too because of food poisoning, as you guys might know. Some of you guys maybe not. But like the holidays and stuff, we're in holiday season now. Thanksgiving is coming in a couple of weeks or a week or two or something like that. They asked me, my dispatchers, I gotta get comfortable. Hold on, I gotta get comfortable. You okay, Abigail? There, I'm back. Well, my dispatchers had asked me, so you want to go home towards Thanksgiving? I told them, no, not really, because I'm single and my home is a storage. And I'll just keep working, So I call that just running over the holidays. Because to me, giving thanks holiday, which is Thanksgiving Day, excuse me, giving thanks, I don't just give thanks on one day. I give thanks every day. So to just, have a big meal and just stuff yourself over that one day and give thanks. And basically, okay, family gatherings, I get it and stuff. But for me, my kids are grown, and that's a different story right there that I'm not going to get into. But Thanksgiving to me is just another day. If my company wants to give me a free meal, then sure, I'll take it. They give me, 20, 30, 50 bucks to go buy myself a dinner or something. Or if I'm there, they have a dinner or something at my company yard. Thing is, what I do is, like I said, I give thanks every day. Every time I eat, I thank for my blessings. I thank for my health. I thank for my life, everything. I'm a thankful person, I gotta admit. There's some people that, think different. That's the way they think. This is the way I think. So, and like Christmas too. I remember Christmas when I was a little kid. Yes, Santa Claus, Christmas tree, and stuff like that. And I never really got a white Christmas because I pretty much lived in the desert. So, but I would see it on TV and watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and that was my favorite, and Frosty the Snowman, and one of my favorite was The Little Drummer Boy. I love that one. Reminds me of my grandmother because I was at her house one time, and she lived like about a mile from us, and I was there watching TV, and The Little Drummer Boy came on, and I wanted to see it, but my mom and dad, they were leaving to go home, and they says, "Come on, let's go." I'm like, "Oh, but I want to stay and watch The Little Drummer Boy." And my grandma wanted me to stay there too, but so The Little Drummer Boy reminds me of my grandma being a little kid when I was watching. And I still love that little boy. He was so cute. And so when my kids were little, we lived in Colorado. That's when we did see white Christmases. And we sang, we'd be driving in the little Suzuki we had. Little Samurai Suzuki, the little four-wheel drive. And we'd be driving, somewhere, and we'd be singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So we'd be singing stuff like that. My son wasn't born yet. And, had a very shiny note like a light bulb. We would sing like that. I would always throw that little like a light bulb. So those are good times that, I had. They're gone now. I can't bring back the past. I can only live for today. So like for today, it's not Thanksgiving yet. It's not Christmas yet, but I have a goal to reach. I have plans. I have ambitions. I have, I'm going that way, that way. So, like I said, the holidays, I just run them over because I'm not a little kid anymore, and my kids are grown up, and maybe if I had, foster children again, I would be home and, making or baking a cake and, getting all the Christmas dinner and stuff like that, and going to go see the Christmas lights and stuff. But when you're single, which this is what I mean about this trucking life, things like that, the trucking life has taken a lot of that away from me. Not by force. It was my decision, right? Like I said, nobody's holding a gun to me, telling me I need to go to New York or to anywhere, you know. My dispatchers, they're thinking, you know, to send me home. Well, I thought, why? You know, when I'm there, I see my mom, and my mom has the family. My mom has the family, and you know, yes, I'm part of my mom's family, but we're grown now, you know what I mean? And sometimes, in my opinion, I'm all about getting along with everybody. I love everybody. Even if they don't love me, even if they, you know, don't like me or talk about me or something, they don't know me, you know, and I'm not going to condemn anybody in my life. But the thing is, some people I'm not all that comfortable being around with, because I feel awkward sometimes. I feel like, you know, they're trying to shove their beliefs or their ways or onto me, and, you know, I don't see it like that. So, in other words, I don't agree with everybody, and that's normal. So, for holidays, that's the last thing I want to do, is get in any arguments. Excuse me. I hope that wasn't too loud. I've heard myself cough sometimes, and it's like, oh, ow, you know, like, sorry about that. But anyway, I have, like I said, I bought my truck. I bought some things. Now I'm gonna sneeze. I bought some, what do you call it? Items, hardly, tools, wood. I got a lot of wood, and you know, a trailer. I didn't buy my dog, but my dog. That's my family there. And wherever I go in the whole United States, I'm home, right? This planet Earth is my home. So when they ask me, you want to go home? Yeah, I want to go home. And this is my truck. I don't like being far away from my truck, because then I feel like, because I have all my belongings in it. Not all of them, but my Harley I don't have. I'd love to have my Harley in my trailer. But I don't have everything in here, right? But I do have a lot of my belongings, my necessities that I have, that I carry with me all the time. And by doing that, this is how I live. Like, I got pots and pans, I got shower stuff, I got clothing, I got, you know, stuff to do, I got rid of the TV because I don't watch much TV. Because I'd rather be more creative than to watch TV. Besides, the TV that they have, the programs that they have on TV, I'm just not too interested anymore. But that's what truck driving has done. I would love to have a garden. I would love to have, animals and stuff. I thought of carrying fish with me. No, it would be, that poor fish would look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, all full of muscles from shifting so much. He'd have some strong gills and stuff. But no, really. I thought of getting another little dog, which I still might, but it's kind of crowded as it is for me and Abigail in there. And I'm sure it's even more crowded in a little cage for the little dog. So I might be getting another little dog. I'm thinking about it. But I want to get a home. That's my goal. So wherever I go, I'm home. Not to mention, this is one of my Christmas gifts that I got. This is for my truck. Yeah, see, it's the thermostat that goes on. It's a hood ornament, and if you hang it from a tree, it's probably going to tip the tree over because it's heavy. I mean, like, it probably weighs like about 5 pounds or something. It's heavy, but it is so cool. I love this thing, and they don't, you can't find them, you can't find them anywhere anymore. They're, see there, you can see it really good. And it goes right on top of right there. See, I have a hole right there. That's a shotgun. That's like on top. Plus, I also have 2 new handles to put on. Oh, and I also have the whole entire, I'm shaking, I have the whole entire chrome, all that chrome you see there. I have all that ready to put on, and this is, so yeah, that's my Christmas gift for my truck, and I'm pretty excited about it. I love this thing. I've always wanted one of these, and I finally got it. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I don't know. Maybe it really will that it works. I hope so, because it is a thermostat. See, it is a thermostat. So yeah, I like it. You can't find these. I mean, it took me about 2 years to find it. And when I did find it, it was the last one, and they had it on display. And I have it right there on my dash for now. They had it on display, and with that, I asked the guy, well, is that one for sale? And he said, well, yeah, but you don't have the box. I told him, I don't want the box. I want that. I want that. And they said, well, yeah, you can take it. And not only that, he gave me a discount price because it was a display item. And see, it's missing the screws and the stuff on the bottom. I could just easily go buy some screws, go have it fitted, and voila. And I probably need another plate for underneath, but yeah, so that's my Christmas gift. that, you know, now that my truck is paid off, I feel so good. I get like, I feel good because it's an accomplishment, it's a goal that I reached. So now I'm at a turning point where I can, okay, that one I can check off my list. My trailer is paid off. I can check that one off my list. Now it's time for me to. I was buying a ranch, right? And this is one thing that I wanted to say. Some of us, we go through hard times, right? And again, I gotta adjust my legs. Some of us go through tough times in this trucking life. And with the economy, the way it goes up and down and stuff. Yeah, you know, I could have made better choices. I could have made worse choices. But the thing is that I have, you know, I was getting ready to buy a house. Well, that didn't work, right? So, it didn't work for a lot of reasons. I'm not going to get into that. But for this to keep on going like I was going, I just decided to let that go. Because the tough times I was going through. And I didn't get on the internet and on here like I am now. And, you know, how can I say it? Display myself that, oh, poor me, look at me, I'm homeless still and stuff. No, I didn't. And which, in a way I am, and in a way I'm not. But, I'm working. So, but do I get to go home to a nice bed, to a nice bathroom, to a nice bath, to a nice kitchen, to a nice garden, to a nice yard? No. My yard is as big as the United States, and it's beautiful. So, so no, like, people aren't gonna give me no sympathy, which I don't want. People aren't gonna give me no fundraising to help me get a house, which I'm not asking. People are not going to feel sorry for me, which I don't want. You know, and just what I want right now is want you guys to know that about this trucking life. How it can be, right? Like that guy right next to me, right? In that truck. He was coming in and out of that truck. He's sitting in there, I can't see because his windows are tinted. Yesterday he was talking to his wife. And he has a really cool dog there. I was talking to him. He's my neighbor, right? I don't know him, but I respect him. And we live in the same world, trucking. He's been sitting here like I am at the truck stop for the weekend. So he might be leaving now, I'm not sure. Oh, this guy's living here. I didn't even. And that guy snuck in last night while I was sleeping. But being in this trucking industry, see, this is one thing I don't do is, and I've noticed this about some people, and that's fine if they do it or not, is they spill the beans to the world, you know. So if they have a bad day, they present it out on YouTube and now everybody knows. If they make a good check, or if, you know, they have a bad dispatcher or something, they spill it out to the world for everybody to know. Well, I'm not like that. There's things on this that, like on YouTube, that you should not say. About my finances, they're my finances. The way I work is the way I work, the way I want to work. And yeah, I own my truck now. Does that make me a CEO? No. It just makes me an owner-operator. That is like so, in my opinion, that's kind of like if I were to say I was a CEO of my own company here, right? Which I do, it's my business, my truck does work, you know, it's equipment, I have customers that I go to, they know me, and I'm contracted to a trucking company, which they assist me on all this. You know, I have accountants, I have mechanics, I have all this stuff. But does that make me a CEO? No, it makes me a owner-operator. Because I don't have board meetings, I don't have investors investing in my business, I don't have employees. If you want to say like my accountant is my employee, no, I can't. My accountant is I hired the accountant, but they don't work under me. They work for me, but they're not under my name. Hold on. I gotta get this. My nose here. Hold on. There's like lint in my nose or something. There. Let's see. That's because if I were to call myself a CEO, that's like getting that title, chief executive officer, and that title, I'm bringing him down to my level. Like, oh, I'm a CEO. That's getting that CEO and bringing it down to my level. To be a CEO, yes, you own a business. Yes, you have duties, you have equipment, you have stuff like that, you know, paperwork, all this stuff. Yes, I get it. But there's like a big difference. It's like saying, okay, I joined the army, okay, so now because I have, you know, wear a uniform, I'm a general. Bringing the general down to my level. Like, no, you're just a soldier still. You're just a private. See, because you joined the army and you're in uniform and you made a pledge and everything. Yes, like a general, because a general does that too. You got to go through the ranks. Okay, you're in. You got your foot in the door, but you got to earn the ranks to become a general. You got to earn the ranks to become a CEO. You can't just call yourself a CEO. You can't just call yourself, a general. It works the same way. So that's what truck driving is. To be a CEO in a trucking company, this is what you gotta do. You gotta own more than one truck. You gotta own several trucks. You gotta have a team. You gotta have all your, the whole entire business establish a foundation where if there's hard times, you're going to be able to go through the hard times. You're going to be able to survive those hard times financially. And, if you have to lay people off, if you have to hire more people, whatever. Excuse me again. Well, that's like what a CEO does. Well, that's just one part. You gotta have, like I said, a team. You might go out and, have other people invest in your company so that you got more money coming in, but now you're not 100% ownership. You're going to be, you become a corporation, right? Being a truck driver for a single truck as an owner-operator, you can go with an LLC, right? Or most likely that's the way to go. Basically, like I said, in military terms, you're private, right? You still got a long way to go before you become a corporation. If you become a corporation, you're on your way to CEO-hood, right? That's what this trucking life is. I've known people that have told me horror stories. I mean, unbelievable. Ouch. I mean, I think about it, that they've had 15 trucks and one truck made them go bankrupt because of one driver. Was he ready for it? No. Because was he a CEO? He was on his way up there, but because that one driver, I'll tell you a quick story right quick. What happened? I met him at I was getting my truck oil change and stuff serviced. And we're both talking in the waiting room. He was doing something to his truck, which was now a company truck. And he told me I'll never be a truck driver again. Owner-operator again. And I told him, why not? Well, this was his story. You're a freak. He told me he had about 14 or 15 trucks. He was doing really good, But this one driver got mad. He was driving reefers, tractors and reefers, tractors and trailers. And this one driver got mad for some reason and quit on him. Well, he ended up, the driver that is, ended up uh, leaving the trailer at one state and driving off a couple of states, over a couple of different states, and just deserting the truck there too. And then who knows where he went. That was the driver. That was the employee. Well, the owner, he's like, well, okay, you're fired, but where's my equipment? And he had police looking for him and everything. Okay, finally, a couple weeks later, they found the tractor. And it was kind of near the state that he lived in, of the driver where he lived in. So I'm thinking he dropped the trailer off because the employee had his address, his home address. So he knew he lived in that state. Well, the driver deserted the truck, but they were able to find the tractor. The tractor was not in good condition, right? So, like, really, I think he tried burning the truck. He tried destroying the truck, is what he tried to do. So he did a lot of damage to that truck. The truck didn't catch on fire because he failed about. The driver tried to set the truck on fire, but he failed. But something like that, right? But he did a lot of damage to that truck. Well, what happened was, okay, he found the tractor, but there's supposed to be a trailer there too, a $75,000 trailer, fully loaded. That's missing still. About 3 months later, he gets a call from the state trooper, and because they looked the license, the registration on the trailer, and they connected it to the proper owner. So they called him up, and this trailer was like up there in Maine, I think, or that was up there in Maine, I think. And it was parked, this trailer was parked kind of like in the back of this, in the woods, near this gas station. Just, like everybody had forgotten about it, right? Finally, the owner of this gas station, what had happened was the owner of the gas station caught wind of it. And what I mean by caught wind of it is about 4 months later, the wind changed directions, and all he could smell was bad meat. That the tractor, it was a reaper, was loaded, fully loaded with frozen meat. 4 months later, it's not frozen anymore, and it is smelling up the neighborhood now. So they called, like I said, the troopers called the owner. The owner, he lived like in Oklahoma or something like that. The tractor they found in Pennsylvania. And the trailer they found in Maine. Fully loaded. So they went over there, and once they opened the door, holy moly, it was, can you imagine that? That owner had to hire a hazmat crew to come and, take care of all that. Which I'm sure that was a pretty penny. Not to mention he was fined by the state of Maine the gas station attendant, which it was his property, he pressed charges because, yeah, that kept customers away now, and so he had to be compensated. It turned into a nightmare, right? That trailer, once it was empty, I mean, it was a perfectly good trailer, whether it was brand new or not. It was, but you couldn't do anything with it because the smell, you could not get that stink out of it. So he just finally had to destroy the trailer, just tear it apart, because that's the only thing you could do, is just dismantle it. He had to get someone to do that. So it costed that guy over, I don't know, well over $1 million in, when everything was said and done. Maybe it was $2 million, I don't know. He just said the price was astronomical. So he still had 13 or 14 trucks to try to make up for it. But all that just sucked up all the money that he had. He was sued, it was like, it just sucked up all the finances out of him, because was he ready for something like that? No. To call yourself a CEO, you gotta be ready for a storm like that if it's gonna come at you. That's just one story. I got other stories. I personally was with a company that went down, that got sued twice. One because the guy veered off the road, the driver that is, and he killed some people that were changing their tire. 3 elderly people ran him over. They sued. $30 million each. That's $90 million to be sued. Right after that, another driver took his father with him to get loaded. He was going to go, and they were from a different country. And, the drivers, right? Well, there was a disagreement while they were getting loaded. There was gunshots. That driver fled with his family member. He was contracted to that company that I worked for. And yeah, he got sued another 30 or 40 or $50 million for that. And that company that I worked for, they had almost 300 trucks. There was like 275 trucks. Yeah, the guy was a CEO. But were they able to, the owner, that is, because he was a family member, they were CEOs, you know what? They went under. Even with all the other trucks they had, they couldn't hold that storm up. It went down. So they survived, they're still in the trucking business. But they had to change their name, they had to let go of the business because that business was toast. So with their experience and stuff, they had to become employees to a different company. And now they go under a different name, and now they're employees. So being a CEO, look at it like, what's his name? Elon Musk, right? He's a CEO. He has people that do things for him. He has lawyers. He has investors. He has creators. He has manufacturers. He has, board members. That's a CEO. So you can't tell me by owning a pickup truck and owning a semi, you're an automatic CEO. Because, like, say, and Elon Musk, if you kept up with today's craziness, I really don't, but I know that the electric cars they're having it rough now. He was one of the first creators of the electric cars. He's suffering by the millions. Is he going to make it through? I believe so. To be a CEO, you have to have, like I said, it's from being from a private to a general. You have to have the ranks, right? You got to go through the ranks. So don't tell me if you join the army, all of a sudden you're a general. Just because you get to carry a gun, now you're a professional at weaponry. That you're a marksman. That you're a Marine, a SEAL, a fighter jet pilot. No, because you just stepped the first step in the door of being a business person. That's what this trucking life is, right? Right now, if I was a CEO, which I don't claim to be, I would not be sitting here in my truck staring at all these other trucks in the rain, right? On YouTube, talking. I'm off today. I'm not on a run. I would be, if I was a genuine, how did they say it? Bona fide. I got that one from Brother, where art thou? Those little girls says, yeah, but you need to be bona fide, tells his dad. You're not bona fide. Like, bona fide? He said, I'm not bona fide. Telling his dad's talking to his little daughter, you're not bona fide, so you're not my dad. Well, yeah, to be a legitimate bona fide CEO, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'm an owner-operator. Yes, I got to do the paperwork. Yes, I got to do the mechanics that I know. Any other mechanics that I can't handle, I take it to my mechanics. Can I change my oil? Yes, if I tried, but you know what? I really don't care to. I take it to mechanics. Can I do the wiring of my truck? I don't want to mess with the wiring. I take it to mechanics. Can I change a light bulb? Can I, change the steering wheel? Can I change, the seats and stuff? Can I change a tire? Yes and no. I can change the steering wheel. I can change a lot of little things. The wipers, the bracket, the mirrors and stuff. But I'm not going to change tires. Yes, I'm an owner-operator. Anyway, that's what this trucking life is about. That's what, and when you get, okay, this is another thing about being in this trucking life. It's not like other jobs. In this truck, I get to go places. Even though I own it, I can't just have anybody ride in with me. You know why? Because if I were to get in a wreck or something were to happen, that person that's riding with me, whether it's a family member or not, and they get hurt, they could sue me. Not to mention, they could get hurt and they're not covered with my insurance. So, yeah, things need to be insured, right? And so even though I'm my own business, sure, if I want to take someone, a family member, I gotta sign a document that they are on my insurance. Is my insurance going to go up? No, because my insurance, all I gotta do is, it has a section in it where I can have passengers, but I need to acknowledge them and have them sign. And so I have that option. And so, but right now I don't have anybody with me, just my dog. See, so being in this truck, I can go places, but at also the same time, I have a job to do. I have customers. It's a service that I do. It's not a product, it's a service. There's a difference. A product is like making t-shirts, making donuts, making mechanical parts, making, clothing. A service is taking, like I'm in the transport business, taking from one place, taking an object from one place to another. A service is like what a barber does, cut hair, right? A service is like, and this I'm talking about business. A service is like a cashier, right? They go and they bring the item up for you and like a merchant, right? Even though a merchant is really close to a product, a merchant sometimes has a product to sell, but sometimes just sells the product that they just agree with a company of selling their products, and it just goes through them. So that makes that person a service, not a producer. You know what I mean? So there's a lot about business. It's a lot about how things are run. But the thing is, in this trucking life, I call it trucking life because I can call it trucking world, I can call it trucking industry, I call it trucking life because I'm living it, right? I live in this truck. I know what it's like to go out and take a shower at that truck stop. And I know what it's like to not be able to take a shower. I know what it's like to run these miles that you agree to sign the paper or, the document, whatever document you agree to do your job to do. That's what a truck driver does, a professional truck driver. At the same time, I'm away from my family. I'm away from, what you guys call home. Like I said, I've been doing this for so long. This is what I do. I live out here. Sure, I would love to have people do a fundraiser for me and help me get a house, help me through my hard times. I would love that. Do I want that? I'm not asking for it. And it doesn't matter to me. So, if anybody were to donate, I would probably question, what's this for, right? Because I don't know. I'm not asking for anything. This trucking life, once you get hooked on driving, you're behind the wheel. You decide as a driver, you decide what route to take. You decide what load you're going to take. You decide when you're going to shut down, where you're going to go. So you decide, so you're in control. Excuse me, my throat is dry as I don't have my water with me. I'll drink some what I call trucker water. It comes in a big container. There's a rock. No, I'm just kidding. No, this trucker, this trucker life is not for everybody, because people want to stay home. People want to work from home, like I said in the beginning. People want to go to a baseball game. People want to be in a bowling team. I used to be in that. People want to have more of a social life. This is my social life. Talking to neighbors like that guy. Talking to the truck drivers out here. That's my social life. That's my choice. But this trucking life, once you start doing it, some people never want to do it again. And they will talk bad about it. And because I've had mechanics tell me, yeah, I used to be a truck driver. I'll never do that again. And right away they start talking negative about it. And, the guy's a mechanic. The guy's all greasy and dirty and has dirty fingernails and, just doing the mechanic work, right? Whatever they do. I told him the same way. This was a long time ago. I told him, yeah, mechanic's not for me neither. So, you do your thing, I do my thing. And he kind of realized that. Stop cutting what I was trying to tell him was, just because you don't like it doesn't mean I'm not going to like it, right? Because what you do, I don't like, right? I don't want to be a mechanic. I don't like mechanic work. I don't like turning wrenches, and I don't like that. That's not for me. But the thing is, though, in this trucking life, it can be very stressful and it can be very rewarding. I say it's both. If you can hang with it, you're going to meet some of the most wonderful people out here. They have their pets. I've seen this guy with the bird, right? People have the cats and their dogs with them, and people have their job and they take pride in what they do. These truck drivers out here, they take pride in what they do. Right? Do they want to stay out here? Not all the time. Do they want to be like me? Like where this is my home? No, because they got families. Everybody's different. You know? I'm not judging those that do want to go home. If they want to go home, good. If they want to go home. Like I said, this guy, when I was talking to him yesterday, he was talking to his wife on the phone, and he had her like on the screen of the phone. Beautiful girl. She's very beautiful. And, it wasn't that me and him were trying to go out or nothing. Like, no, nothing like that. That's one thing I want to mention too is this is a man's world mostly. It started off as a man's world. A lot of women drive now. Congratulations. There are business owners, trucker owners and stuff, owner operators. Some have gotten really, climbed up the ranks, and some have not. Some want to, some don't. Some just want to stay a company driver. It's not like delivering pizza, okay? It's not like being an Uber driver. It's not like being delivering, where you go to get an order and you go to the grocery store and you come and deliver. It's not like that. This job is more, it's big. If the lug nuts are big, everything's big. What I mean by that is these lug nuts on this truck, you need an impact wrench to tighten them down. You can't just tighten them with your strength because they need to be torqued down to a certain tightness and a certain measurement. So, like an ordinary pickup truck or car, you can use your own strength, your own muscles. With this, you need extra. By doing that, you need extra tools or a mechanic. Means, okay, money-wise, okay. If the lug nuts are big, everything's big. The checks are big. Everything is big, except, okay, my steering wheel is not big. It's a little steering wheel. It's an average size steering wheel. A lot of people like the big steering wheels. I don't. The guy right there, he has a little steering wheel. I saw it. It's blue, right? And he has a little one like mine. But everything's big in this truck except me. I'm only 5 feet, and my little dog. She's only 12 pounder, and probably like about maybe 11 inches tall. Anyway, this is me, Dodi, and I thought I'd get on, and if you guys want to know more about truck driving and what it's like, it's not easy. It's not for everybody. Yes, you can be pretty and drive a truck. Yes, you can be single and drive a truck. Yes, you can be a female and drive a truck. Yes, you can be 18 and drive a truck. You can be married. You can be whatever you want and drive a truck. I know people that come from different professions. That used to be a nurse, that used to be an accountant, that used to be a bodyguard, that used to be, you name it, framers, that used to be general contractors, that used to be, store managers and stuff. I know people like that drive a truck now. And that's what it's like, right? I was a professional artist, I still am. So, like I said, this is me, Dodi, and I want to let you guys know that you guys are in my heart. If you guys want more information about truck driving, trust me, come to me. I got the experience. I'm not going to brag about what I do, but if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm going to make myself some breakfast, warm up this truck because it's starting to get cold in here, so my toes are starting to get cold because I'm barefooted, which, see. Yeah. So anyway, this is me, Dodi, like I said, and you guys have a great day. You guys go home for Thanksgiving? Great. And if you guys don't, who knows, you might see me out here. I'll see you later, okay? Drive safe. Stay safe. Stay strong and stay healthy. Bye-bye.